I know everybody loves this. Let's get on to the hands-on stuff. How do we record an audio file? And you may have picked this up from the interface lecture, but it's worth going over again. Hit waveform. This is probably the best place to start an audio file because you can see up close what you're recording. And here is an example. As my voice gets louder, you can see that the audio file, the waveform goes up. And as my voice gets quieter, you can see how it goes down. You can see my breaths. You can see everything in waveform. So I recommend when you record a new audio file, you start on waveform. What you're going to do is hit this record button. It also has a hotkey, which is shift and space. Sometimes when you hit the record button, clicks will be picked up by the computer. As you can see, look at this. These are clicks. The reason why the hotkey shift and space for record is so good, because I can hit it lightly. And then I don't get that clicking that I'll have to edit out later. So that's my personal opinion. You may have a mouse that's super quiet and far away from your microphone. In that case, go ahead and click. But all you have to do is go to waveform and hit this funny little red button or use that hotkey that I just showed you. Shift and space. Generally, they don't really vary, but they might depending on what operating system you're using. Hotkeys do vary between operating systems. If you want to know the hotkey for any process, all you have to do is take your little mouse, put it over, just hover it over, and it will tell you the hotkey. As simple as that. You may be wondering, how do we play? The hotkey is space. So, it's simple. That's how you can tell what the hotkeys are. But that's how you record. I definitely recommend starting over here in the waveform. You can also do it in the multi-track session if you're just making a very quick recording and you want to mix it with sound effects and be wacky and it's no particular professional production. Just hit multi-track. And if you're fine just, eyeballing it and just recording, hit arm for record. And then you can see your levels over here. As I get louder, you can see that you don't want to get too loud. If I get too loud, it's going to clip. And clipping is, you see when it turns red. You want to keep it within this range. Usually when you're recording on waveform, a good place is probably within this range. So I'm going to talk like this, and as you can see, this peak is probably too high. Let's try to talk a little more. My favorite place is in the 6 decibel range, -6 decibel range. I find that works really well. This right over here is -9. So it really depends. You can get loud. You can get this loud and still edit it. It's fine. Just try not to clip. So obviously the second way we record is in multi-track. We're going to hit arm for record, and then we're going to hit shift and space or just record here. And as you can see, we're now recording in here, and the beauty of recording over here is that I can now stop the recording, and I can record on another track. So I can record here. See how this is armed to record? You want to make sure that you turn this off first. Otherwise, both tracks are going to record. And now my friend can talk over here. He can talk either over my voice or with my voice, or can start over here. So I can have my friend who's on my show or recording with me record and begin leaving off where I was talking. And then I know that one track is me and the other track is my friend. So as you can see, that's one of the benefits of using waveform because it's visual. This is Bob speaking, and this one is Frank speaking. And again, you can name tracks over here. We're going to get into naming tracks, but just as a quick tip, you can name them over here by name. So again, the best way to record is in waveform if you're by yourself, multi-track if you're with a group of people, or you just want to make a really quick one. You just want to make a quick recording and you don't want to do waveform first, go ahead. But remember, it's this red button and you now know the hotkey to make it quick and quiet so you don't have to do editing later. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was basic, but the basics always help build a strong foundation. See you next lecture.